Hi all, my name is Ranjeeta and today I'm going to talk about triple negative breast cancer and the treatment that is chemotherapy. I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer in October 2022, that's last year, and after that I have been taking a treatment that is chemotherapy. So I'm here just to talk about what exactly is triple negative breast cancer and what are the different side effects of the chemotherapy that I face. Like different people have different symptoms and different side effects, but I'll just speak about what I faced and what I tried to, minimize those symptoms. So, first of all, triple negative breast cancer, it is more aggressive than the normal breast cancers and it is more hard to treat. Now, there is also a very high reoccurrence rate than the cancers that are hormone receptor positive. So it contributes to about 10 to 15% of all breast cancers. So it's a small, I can say small percentage of women have it, but yeah, I was in those 10 to 15 to 20% of women who have triple negative. So initially, that's why I had to start with chemotherapy first because the doctors were not sure how the cancer is going to react to the treatment. So that's why they do, instead of doing the surgery first, which seemed to be more logical at that time. So I was a bit concerned as to why they are not removing the cancer first and then treating me with chemotherapy. But when the oncologist explained it to me that no, first we need to see what are the different medications to which this cancer reacts. So that made sense then. So I started with 4 rounds of, they call it AC, which is adriamycin and cyclophosphamide. It's 4 cycles of those every fortnight, every 15 days. So it is difficult, it is hard to go through chemotherapy. It takes about around 3 to 4 hours for the whole procedure because first you have to do the blood test, and then once the test results are back, then you need to start with your treatment. But you can still lead a very normal life when you are undergoing chemotherapy. So the total plan for my treatment was 4 rounds of AC and then 12 rounds of weekly paclitaxel. So the day I chose was a Monday for my total 12 plus 4, 16 rounds. So the first 4 were quite difficult because the body is not used to chemotherapy or the medication going inside you. So it was quite stressful. But later on, your body gets used to it. And then I had my 12 rounds of paclitaxel, out of which I could manage to take only 7. So I'll speak about what symptoms I faced and why the doctors asked me to stop after my 7th cycle. So let's go ahead with the side effects of chemotherapy. First and foremost is fatigue. You get tired. I mean, really tired. And I found, like, this is my personal experience, every individual is different, so it might be different for each one, but I found that to overcome fatigue, first of all, you need to have a very good diet. So you don't have the energy to eat, you don't feel like eating, that your appetite is lost, but you should still eat because when you eat, the body heals better. Another thing which I found is going for short walks. I live very close to the waterfront, and I just love to walk there. So that was my what to say, that was the only thing I used to look forward to every evening. So that helped me a lot. So to have a good diet and do what you love. So I love to walk at the waterfront, which I did most of the evenings. Of course, I couldn't do it the day I came back from the hospital. So that Monday evening, I couldn't. I just didn't have the energy to do it. But otherwise, I made it a point that at least 3 to 4 days I go on my regular walks. So moving ahead is nausea. It's not the normal, they say it's the normal morning sickness which you get during pregnancy, but it's not. It's much, much worse than that. But then you do have medications to treat your nausea. And even though you feel you don't have an appetite, you don't feel like eating, you should still eat. You should still eat. Please don't stop eating. Like, if you don't feel like eating, just have some smoothies. Smoothies help me a lot. Coconut water helped me a lot. But yeah, nausea is bad, but it can be treated with medication. What worked for me was ginger tea. I felt so good after having ginger tea. So each one, again, each individual is different, each body is different. So see what helps you and what makes you feel good, and you can have that. And next is hair loss. So I started losing my hair after 2 weeks. I think, yeah, 2 to 3 weeks after my first chemotherapy. And it started coming off. The hair on my head started coming off in clumps. So I just decided to shave off all hair. But be mindful, it's not just the hair on your head, it's hair all over your body. So everywhere, hair everywhere, you lose it. The most annoying is you lose your hair, your nostrils. And that makes you very, very sensitive to dust, to cold, to different like chemicals like dishwashing liquid. The smell, it gets so strong. So try to avoid strong smells. Obviously, perfumes, you'll start, like someone sprayed a perfume like in another room, and I used to sneeze a lot. So yeah, because you don't have no hair in your nostrils, so you need to be very, very careful there. It's been 3 weeks that I've finished my chemotherapy, and now my hair has started growing just a little bit. So I was told that it takes a couple of months at least for it to start growing. So yeah, I'll let you know how I go. The next is nails and skin. Again, each individual is different. I had a very I don't know if you can see this, my nail, it was almost like dark, it's almost dead. And skin gets rough, very rough, itchy. So you need to moisturize. You need to moisturize your skin, and you can't do anything about your nails. But yeah, skin, you need to really moisturize. The scalp gets itchy, so make sure you wash it regularly, moisturize your scalp as well. So yeah, the skin really gets dry, and the nails get brittle. Mine were like almost dead. They were like all black. That was the next thing. The next one, I heard about it. It's the chemo brain, or the brain fog. I'm not too sure how it affects, how it has affected others, but for me, definitely it has. Like, you forget things, and I found it very annoying because it was very new to me. And yeah, but that's the thing, chemo brain or brain fog, that's another symptom. Next is your appetite. As I said, you lose your appetite. And the next one is constipation. So my doctor suggested some stool softeners, which were good, which helped a lot, and I'm still taking them because the first week after my chemo, the constipation was really bad. So the stool softeners, these are like very, very mild ones that I'm using, and they're helping me a lot, so I'm still using them. The taste will change. Oh my God. Nothing tastes the same as it tasted before chemotherapy. During my chemo, I could not taste salt. Again, I'm not too sure if this is different with each individual. I'm sure it would be, but sugar is something that stays. So be careful, because that's the only taste you can, identify. So make sure that you don't eat a lot of sweet stuff, because anyways, it's not good for you. So sugar stays, salt doesn't. Lemon was my best friend. So you put lemon in everything, and then you really don't miss the salt. So, and the taste of everything changes. Like, you can't taste something that you like, for example, a lasagna or some curry. It's not going to taste the same. I think after my chemo, it's been 3 weeks now. I have started to get some taste back, but yeah, during your chemotherapy, taste is not there. Mouth sores. Now, I had this with my first 4 sessions of AC. I had a lot of mouth sores, so I did a lot of salt water gargles. Like every time I ate something, I used to brush my teeth with a very soft bristles toothbrush, and I couldn't bear the toothpaste, the mint flavored toothpaste, so I had to go and get the kids toothpaste, which were like different flavors, strawberry and stuff. So I had to brush every time I ate something, and then gargle with salt water, which helped with the mouth sores. But yeah, your mouth feels dry, you feel dehydrated. So water is your best friend. Have a lot of water. Coconut water helps a lot with your mouth sores and with the dehydration. So that helped me a lot. Of course, with dehydration comes dried lips. So I always had cracked lips, and I used this brand Mugu, which is very good. The lip balm and the body lotion, it really helped me a lot, and doesn't have any chemicals. It's usually used by new mothers and pregnant women, so it's very good. The next one is anemia, because everything in your blood goes down, like your platelets, your white blood cells, your red blood cells, everything goes down. So you need to really watch your anemia. And because I have thalassemia as well, I was anemic. So they had to really monitor me every time before each chemotherapy, and had to check my blood count, and just before my last chemo, I had to take blood transfusion. But if you don't have thalassemia, I think it should be all okay. Okay, then the most important thing which happened with me is I stopped having my periods. So I haven't had my periods for more than 3.5 months now, and it's more unlikely to come back. That's what my doctor said. It might come back. I'm only 42, but most likely they would never come back. So I also faced a lot of menopausal symptoms, like hot flushes and those, and these are very normal. That's what my oncologist said. It's very normal for women not to get their periods back. So I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but yeah, that's what happened with me. 3.5 months, I've still not had my periods. So let's see what happens next. And the last one I would be talking about is peripheral neuropathy. This is the reason why they had to stop my chemo, because I started losing sensation in my fingertips and my toes, and I started getting a lot of cramps in my legs. And initially, this started happening from the 4th cycle of my paclitaxel, the weekly ones. But it was very mild. But by the 6th and 7th, I started having difficulty in writing. Like holding a pen was good, but when I started writing pages, because I started keeping a journal to write down after each chemo my symptoms and what I'm eating and stuff, so that I know what I've gone through. I couldn't write properly, and when I told my oncologist that that's what it's affecting me now, and I also started getting like burning sensation in my palms and my feet. So that's when they said that no, we have to stop the chemotherapy because it's doing more bad than good, because my cancer wasn't that huge. It was a small local cancer, and it's not spread to my lymph nodes as well. So it was just the initial stage of my breast cancer. So they said that we should stop and straight away go for surgery. So just because this is triple negative breast cancer, I'm going to be undergoing a double mastectomy tomorrow. Tomorrow is my operation. I'm all set. My hospital bag is all packed, and I'll let you guys know once I'm out of surgery, and I'll make another video about how the surgery went and how I'm recovering from surgery. So that's another video. But in this video, this is what I wanted to discuss about my journey of triple negative breast cancer and chemotherapy symptoms, and how I tried to just overcome some of them. So that's it. Thank you for listening.